When a friend reaches out asking what to do with a couple of rabbits they've been given, the only right answer is bring them over and let's cook them together. Let's get into it. As you can see, these came to me already butchered and still whole. And while I've never cooked rabbit before this, we are going to apply some tried and true principles and we're going to see how these turn out. To start with, we are going to dry brine them. So in order to do that, we are going to take our seasoning and we are going to give it a liberal coating across all the surfaces inside and out of the carcass, making sure that all areas of edible meat are fully covered with seasoning. And then they are ready for their brine. We are going to end up brining them for 24 hours, and because I didn't have the space in the fridge for them, I'm taking ice in the bottom of an ice chest, putting a rack to make sure that they stay lifted up off of the ice so they're not in direct contact to have any freezing, and to make sure as that ice melts a little bit that they don't get wet. We're going to close the lid and we're just going to let them set, and all that flavor and that salt is going to be brining into that meat. Because the hindquarters are the thickest part of the meat, that's where we're going to insert our probes. And again, because I've not cooked rabbit before, we're going to be abundance of caution and we're actually going to probe all 4 of the hindquarters, 2 on each of the rabbits. Now that I'm done playing alien and probing them, they are ready to go on the smoker. While they are cooking, we are going to make a basting butter. With that, we're going to melt 2 sticks of butter. We're going to season that with Bartlow's Barbecue Dust Bowl, which is a buttery garlic seasoning. And then we're also going to add in some of the same sweet red dirt we use for our dry brine. Mix that all together. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take that and we're just going to baste it straight onto every exterior surface of the rabbits every 30 minutes. Now, one thing that I did notice while doing this, and I think it has to do with a combination between how small the meat pieces themselves are and also how lean of a meat the rabbit is that the side of the rabbit on the cooking rack was cooking faster than the side facing up. So what I did is every time I basted them, I would just leave them flipped for even cooking on both sides of the rabbit. And once we reached temp, we had really good color on the exterior. It was juicy as I was moving it to the cutting board, and now we are ready to carve them up and prepare them to eat. Don't they look good? To start with our carving, we're just going to have one on the board to have plenty of space, and we're going to start by removing those back legs. Now what you need to do is cut through and find where the ball joint of that leg joint is, and just get your knife inside there, cut through, and be able to remove that leg as a whole piece. And after we have both of those legs removed whole and intact, we're going to move to the front legs. Now the front legs don't have a ball joint the same way, so you basically just need to cut alongside where the shoulder blade is, and it'll be able to remove very easily from the rest of the carcass. Now we are ready to prepare to remove the tenderloins. To do that, I'm going to start by just cutting through the sternum all the way up to the top of the chest, so I can spread open the rib cages and have a little bit more room to work. And then the next thing we need to do is just take the skirt meat, that's the abdominal meat, and we're going to remove that from both sides. And now you can see we've got those tenderloins nice and exposed and ready to pull. There's going to be 2 of them, one on either side of the spine, on the underside of the spine. To remove them, we're going to make a cut on either side of the tenderloin along both sides of the spine that we can easily get to. The biggest thing here is that you want to try to cut as close to and up against the bones as you can and not into the meat, so when we remove it, it is one solid piece of tenderloin versus a shredded piece of meat. Once we have those cuts, we just need to cut the underside where it's still connected, and then we'll be able to remove and then repeat removing the tenderloin on the other side as well. And at this point, we already have the majority of the meat already removed. So I'm going to go back and clean up any pieces that I can see that I missed. And we're actually going to remove and try some rabbit ribs today. So to do that, I'm just going to go along the inside, take my knife, cut through those bones, and we're going to release each of the rack of ribs. And we're going to be able to test those. It takes a little bit of force, but once you cut through the bones, you're left with a nice, easy rack of ribs, even if it is small. And now all we have left to do is just any last cleanup of anywhere we can find any additional meat. We're going to pull that off. As you can see, it's cooked well. It's releasing off of the carcass and the bones really easily. And this is just going to be additional meat that we can eat. And then when we are done, all we are left with is a cleaned carcass that has the meat removed. After we repeat that process for the second rabbit, we now have a platter of meat ready to eat. And it was surprising how much it did taste like chicken, but also how there were certain bites in particular that had its own unique flavor to it. But everybody who had it really loved it. Enjoy! Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, and let's keep the porch light on. See you next time.